Welcome back to the channel, guys. We are here on an exciting day in Austin. We are getting fit for the new TSR. This is the TSI 3 with my setup. You can see my specialty setup weights for Coach Paul, the way I like it. Helps me get a little bit more feel. I'm hoping to see what the TSR 4 does. We'll get into exactly how it's gonna go, the numbers right over there on the secret side of the range. Some of the influencers are being fit. Let's get into it. Sit back and enjoy.
There were a couple things that we felt like we had an opportunity to grow on this year, and that was speed and spin. I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to hear the tagline faster, longer, straighter. Everybody wants faster, longer, straighter. We feel like we've delivered here. So the R is going to be for refined. If you get that question, refined is your answer.
All right.
But you know, as we were looking at what we were doing with TSI and where we had opportunities to get a little bit better, we felt like aerodynamics was one component where we had some opportunities, and then just the face. And so, as you look at aerodynamics, you're going to see how clean the bottom is. You won't see any of the caving, any of the cutouts that you see, you know, as you look at kind of the bottom of TSI. And anything we can do to reduce drag and increase that aerodynamic package, you know, we're going to pick up club head speed in turn picking up ball speed. And you know, all three of these are anywhere from half to three quarters of a mile an hour faster club head speed, which is going to give us ball speed at the end of the day. You'll see a more streamlined shape in the two. You're going to see a little boat tail back here, and cleaning up, you know, the sole is where that's coming from.
And what was they moved the weight from the bottom of the sole to the back. Was there something there for like launch?
Well, and you have to keep in mind we could do that because the length front to back is not as long.
Got it.
So we had the opportunity to move that weight a little deeper into the head without drastically affecting spin. So that's kind of our aerodynamic story. Now as you talk about the face story, we wanted to build on what we did last year, and you've probably heard me talking about what we do on the golf ball side, and we've kind of applied that to the club side. So on the golf ball front, we're one of the only companies that makes a different dibble pattern on every golf ball. The reason we do that is because every golf ball has different launch conditions. Trajectory, spin, speed. If you're going to get the most out of the golf ball, then you need a dimple pattern that matches what you're doing on the core construction. So same story here with the face. We've got different face inserts on each of the three models, the 2, the 3, and the 4. The 2, typically what we're going to see is a golfer who hits it consistently all over the face. So we have what we call a VFT, or variable face thickness insert, and that drives consistent speed and spin off the entire face, since that golfer is less consistent. The 3, you're going to have more of a cone shape behind the impact area because the 3 player typically hits the center of the face more frequently. And then the 4 is similar to the 2, and that, again, it's more of a plateau because this is a 430cc head, a little bit smaller, a little bit lower MOI. You need the consistency across the face, so we're not giving up something when we're missing the center of the face. That's what's giving us faster, longer, straighter at the end of the day.
I couldn't have said that better. With all the reading I've done.
I did my homework there. I love it. I love it. So that's your drivers.
Thanks, Jordan.
You got
I'm
it,
working
buddy.
with Josh here. He's the man. We have done some fittings together, and now he knows my craziness. Peel that head off for me, will you? I don't know if have you seen my weight configuration?
Oh yeah, there we go.
So we're gonna see, we can just pop those in. Maybe we go standard and then a -4, just a little match, and we'll kind of see what happens. We'll get numbers.
Get after it. So we'll put your shaft on the 3 new heads, TSR 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
Which you get a very similar feel. And now just looks down and feel at the new TSRs. Narrow down the head first. Once we find the right feel, then we'll start looking at shaft, sure weight, different weights, really dial in the fitting. So.
Okay. Are most guys just like a kind of like to call it a drag and drop with their shaft in the new heads?
So
for some guys.
There are a lot because you'll it's a very similar feel. it's something that you're used to, something that you like playing. There's some guys that would fit like, I hate the shaft, let's try something different.
Right,
But most
right.
guys are fit into a certain thing for a reason. So you're gonna like what they feel. This is just so there's no outside bias. You've got a very similar shaft. So it's not like, okay, it's a new shaft, new head.
Right,
I don't know
right.
where I am. This should be a similar feel with the shaft. This way we can focus on the head.
Yep.
What does it look like, sound like, feel like off the face? So
Yes. So he asked me, I didn't film this before, was, you know, what don't I like? What do I like? I said, I feel like with the weight in the back of the head, I feel like I'm having a tough time finding where the face is on the way down.
Okay.
But we'll see. He's going to start me in the 2. We're going to go to the 3 and then the 4, and we'll get to some conclusions.
you goes down.
The 2.
So on the average wise, 10 long. I mean, you hit that one really low, so
Yep.
probably get rid of that. But you know, still around that 10 to 14 range.
Yep.
Last one a little spinny, but
Yep.
I mean, tack angle's positive. You're a little slower in club speed, so
Yep.
107 with the 2. With yours, 109. Nothing crazy, but everybody
Yeah.
a little bit counts. 160 ball speed versus 58. So
Okay.
still working on it.
Yeah.
So far,
It looks great. The 2 looks great. We'll find out what happens as we move into the others. So the TSI 3,
I mean, great launch.
TSR
great
3,
numbers.
yeah.
Ball speed's up a little bit.
Ball speed is up by almost 4 or 5 miles an hour.
Yeah, so with your club, we're at 160, I think.
Right.
And then, I mean, your best hit there is 164. So
Yeah. So just a touch more ball speed. That's what we're talking about for a guy like me who misses it. As you know, let's say
I mean,
I struggle
dispersion-wise
with
too,
consistency. Yeah. Dispersion was way better than the 2 already.
one tighter,
A lot
a
tighter.
little bit faster. You said
Yep.
better sound and feel. So
Without a doubt. Yeah. What I said to Josh, I feel like I could feel the channel down here feels different than this. This feels more stationary and boxy, and this feels like, let's call it more aerodynamic.
that's what we're going for.
Yeah. Awesome.
Check out the 4.
4, here we go. All right, so we're in the 4 now. And I added 2 extra grams of weight to the head. I'm actually,
Flipped them.
yeah, I flipped them. So
So-
heavier weight in the back.
11 gram weight moved to the back. The 3 gram weight that's usually in the back moved to the front. And added a little more weight here. Still helps cut down the spin, not as much. But Paul wasn't a very high spin player. So now we switch them, help with the launch a little bit while keeping the spin down. Gets exactly the numbers we're looking
Dude,
for. High
carrying-
launch, low spin.
20 yards longer in both directions of carry.
I mean,
With-
ball speed from yours is 160. We're at the 167.5.
Right.
Club speed's still up there after 20 drives.
And it's, and I'm tired, right? I mean, I'm drinking Cater. It's got to feel, it feels like 110.
It's pretty warm.
Yeah.
Warm and humid.
Wow. And so really at the end of the day, it was the TSR 4 was good, was okay with the heavier weight forward, but then we moved the heavier weight back. It got a lot better. And then now my ball speed's going up. So and there's just 2 grams extra weight. That's all we did was technically we put the heavy weight back and then added 2 grams to the front and
High launch, low spin.
20 yards.
Recipe for success.
And dispersion.
Oh, yeah.
Dispersion's way tight, right?
Really good.
That tight one all the way at the long ones. Damn.
Worth coming back to on the drivers, since I missed it. You will notice that shape is much
Yeah.
more compact in the 2 head.
Yeah.
So we've seen a
Less boaty.
good number of tour players going back from 3 to 2
Yeah.
because the 2 is just a straighter. It's a bomber's club.
Yeah.
It's long. It's straight. You're not going to see a bunch of movement one direction or the other.
And the guys on tour that we're seeing play this, these are the guys who are low spin guys, right? Where they just need the spin a little higher.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. You know, if I jump back to the 4 because I got a little ahead of myself, you'll notice your 2 weights. So we have the opportunity here if somebody says, hey, I want something between a 3 and a 4, making that flat weight up front, which is normally the heavier weight, putting it in the back and moving the lightweight forward, you're going to have like a 3.5 type opportunity where, smaller club head, but maybe a touch more forgiving than a 4.
Awesome. Yeah. That 430cc I always liked, even in the last, in TSI 4 was awesome, but I just wasn't necessarily, I really like the ability to move the weight from heel to toe, especially for me. I'm older and I get back injuries, so
I understand that.
I like
get it.
to move the weight to the heel to help me close the face a little bit. Awesome.
All right, now you got all the tech on it, so cool.
Love it. Let's go to 3 wood.
There we go.
3 2 Plus is the new addition to the family. So we felt like our opportunity as we look at fairway woods was we want more speed and higher launch because we want more carry distance. But ultimately, a fairway wood is designed to go a specific number versus a driver where we're trying to maximize our distance. So our opportunity was, hey, let's get more carry for more speed, more distance without giving you any more roll. And so what you're going to see is you're going to see that we've removed SureFit, we've removed the active recoil channel, saving some weight. Our internal mechanism of the hosel has been moved and redesigned, saving us some weight. So all that weight has been distributed low into the sole of the club, allowing us to move the flat weights forward to drive more ball speed. But all that weight that we've saved and moved to low and deep in the club allows us to launch it a little bit higher. Higher, more speed.
So you're getting that effect, that driver effect of the split weight in the TSR4,
Yeah, effectively.
right? So weight back, weight forward, control of the face, ball speed, all of that.
Exactly.
Awesome.
So the new addition is the TSR2 Plus. We got a lot of great PR when Zalatoris won with it last week. It's only available in a 13. This is a Bombers Club. It's 20 cc's bigger. Great for somebody who just wants more out of their fairway wood, or even maybe a beginner who struggles with the length of a driver and needs something smaller and easier to hit. Yeah. Really good club. The 3 you're going to notice now has 5 orientations on SureFit CG, so you can go 2-toe and 2 heel positions if we need to move the weight. And then the 2, obviously we're just doing 1 flat weight.
Did you guys see when you extended that weight, did you guys see on the robot a more, let's say, robust kind of change in direction, or?
No. I mean, we're always trying to stay as neutral as possible. Yeah. Now your 2s are going to be maybe a little bit more heel bias because, that golfer's tendency maybe is to lose it right. So we're trying to
help
counter
them
that a little bit.
That's a story. That's the stuff that we don't find out till later, like a fitter like myself who's just going crazy and feeling it. But
yep.
Okay, so TSR2, slightly heel bias to help with the face closing.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah, 2 Plus is a little bit
longer.
Yeah.
A little bit longer. No.
It's different CC.
It's 195 cc versus the 175 cc 2 head. So
And
a little bit bigger.
Okay, a little bigger.
And then the 3 is how many
Slightly
cc's?
smaller.
Yeah.
Just a few cc's smaller than TSR2. It looks like an old 906 type head, very rounded, very traditional pear shape.
Yeah. So TSI 3 for me was a direct plug-in to TSR 3, same head. Results were same. Actually better on the miss hit. I hit one off the toe like 290. Ball speed was crazy high.
So getting good speed, good dispersion.
Interesting, the TSR2 Plus launched the same numbers, maybe just a touch lower for me because the head was longer. I looked at it, looks different, but that's a rocket without a doubt. And we tried that. We were the 1K.
Yep.
75.
1K black.
10C 1K. And so we'll talk more about that in another video, but what that felt like to me was a Ventus with a just softer tip.
Just a little bit, yep.
Yeah, so interesting. Some definitely the 1K to me is an improvement because last year's or 2 years ago, it just felt like a bar, like rebar.
It's firm.
Yeah. The 1K was super firm, but this is different. So kudos to Mitsubishi on that one. We'll talk more about that another time. Josh. All right, Josh, we're wrapping up. It's 108,000 degrees.
It's warm.
Dude, thank you so much.
Yeah.
That was
Awesome, man.
that was sick.
Enjoy it.
We found out with a little bit of extra weight, I mean, that was crazy jump, 20 yards of jump.
20 yards.
In that
Dispersion
one.
came in
Yeah.
at least 10, 15 yards.
Yeah.
No more left and right, pretty straight, anything 5, 10 yard.
Yeah.
Still in the fairway.
We didn't film this, but when we went to finally, what I had said to Josh was, I said, I think I got the feel for my 3-wood swing in my driver now. And then I put 3-wood down right away, and it was going down the same line. And for me,
Huge.
for 20 years, I have not been able to get a 3-wood and a driver to fly down the same line. I have to work so hard. And this is for me as a fitter in the last year and a half, still struggling with that. And I still couldn't find clubs to go down that same line. So
Hey, we got you covered now. Breathe
crazy. That was amazing.
Making golf easier, not
Yeah.
harder.
All right. So Josh, thanks again, brother.
Yeah, enjoy the
We'll
ball.
see you on the course.
It's awesome.
Thanks, guys. It's a wrap from Titleist's Fit Day. What an amazing time. And there's definitely an improvement. I mean, if you want to gain If not dispersion, you're going to gain the yardage. Get fit by someone who knows what they're doing. All right, guys, so welcome to the wrap up. So really, this was a better iteration of TSI. Definitely improvements. People all over the map on fittings are seeing improvements. For me, in this video, I really feel like it was about finding the right head. The TSR4 with the weight configuration in a totally different place really helped my dispersion quite a bit. And if you actually go back and watch, you'll look at my path change from left to right. For me, and everybody's different, right? For me, when I feel like I can't get the face where I want it, I start immediately swinging left because it feels like the face stays open. That's what I was referring to in the video. So for me, as I get the weight in the place that I want it, closer to a 3-wood head, the weighting of that, then I can start to swing. And if you go back and look, my path was right with the TSR4. So the big thing for me in this video is that the head can make a really big difference. Now, some people might be like, oh, you're too sensitive and isn't that too technical? And the answer is no. I mean, a golfer's swing is a response to their equipment, right? It's also a response to kind of fear, but a lot of golfers' swings, as a fitter, I can tell you, is a response to their equipment. Because if you could hit one club in your bag really well, but you can't hit another, it's because the equipment is acting in a different way than you expect. So as you're looking and doing your own fittings, obviously the shaft will help launch the ball, right? Think about that as the launcher. It's going to be easier to reduce spin when you are using heads loft and balls. So you don't necessarily want to get a shaft that's going to only reduce spin. So that's a really important piece of fitting to think about. If you're spinning the ball high or spinning the ball too low, think about moving the ball first rather than a different shaft. If you want to launch it higher or launch it lower, then we can really talk about shaft. Obviously, spin will do that, but any fitting is always an experiment. You never leave a fitting with a completely finished product. There's always some tinkering because you got to go back and compare it to the other clubs in your bag. But I've been looking for a really long time for a driver that will fly down the same line as my 3-wood, and I've just been really having a hard time. And I think over time what it is too much weight in the back. I kind of let it hang. But when I feel the weight more forward, I can be more active. That is my response. Everybody else might be a different thing. I have older guys that I've worked with that the feel is in their hands and they'll make the club work for them. I don't believe that. I believe that there's equipment that works better for you. Some brands will be better for you. Some weighting will be better for you. Lighter could be better for you. Heavier could be better for you. Experiment, experiment, experiment. I appreciate you guys watching. If there's anything else you want to see, more in depth, more in detail, specific things, leave a comment below. Remember to click that subscribe button. We're trying to still get those subscriber count up. We can get more cool videos, and I can get more videos more often. Thanks for watching. Remember, stay focused and keep practicing.